I deleted videos on my YouTube channel to start all over again. But you don't have to. What kind of audience do you want to attract? You are already focusing on the negatives when you have barely started. It's social media. Don't let people who do not know you tell you who you are or define you. It was not in line with what I wanted to build my brand around. Getting subscribers is not everything. Have it in mind that you want to create content that will attract brands and content that you can monetize in the long run. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's a juicy one, as you can tell from the title, and honestly I'm filming this video at the office because I had to stay back after work just so that I can show up consistently for you guys. I'll just be answering all your juicy questions as regards content creation. And yes, I deleted videos on my YouTube channel to start all over again, but you don't have to. In this video I'll be providing tips and tricks that you can adopt to ensure that you have a successful YouTube and content creation journey overall. If this is something you want to find out, then definitely watch this video till the end. So I asked my audience on my Instagram story to share their struggles and what is basically keeping them from starting content creation, and I will be starting with responding to their responses, and then we dive fully into the Q&A. So the first person says, consistency. My schedule is so tight. I can relate, okay? But what works for me, which I'll be sharing with you, is that I create a schedule. Like, I try to create a schedule that works and I stick with it. I try my best to stick with it. For me on YouTube, I try to show up at least once every week, maybe a long form content and a YouTube short, but I've not even done that in the past 2 weeks because I have been focusing more on Instagram. And for Instagram, I try to post at least twice every week, and I do not stick to a particular day on Instagram for now. But for YouTube, it's mostly Fridays and for Saturdays or Sundays, right? So basically, you need to just find a schedule that works for you. Create a content calendar, have ideas ahead of time so that you don't have to go through the stress of brainstorming for every time you want to make a video. And then another thing that can help you is batch creating. When you have time to film your videos, create your videos in batches. Don't just film a single video and go and sleep. I know it's hard, but try to create at least 2-3 videos, maybe 2 Instagram reels, 1 or 2 YouTube videos. Just try to create in batches so that it helps you, and then you have content ahead of time. Then the next person says, what does my audience really want? Tired of creating and there's little or no engagement. Guys, there are times I would ask my audience, what do you guys want me to talk about? I think I even recently put up something on my community tab that I want to do a story time that you guys should suggest what you want me to talk about, and nobody responded. But thinking about it, I realized that, wait, what story time suggestion was I expecting them to give me? I was supposed to be the one to come up with what I wanted to share with them. You know, sometimes your audience might not want to intrude your privacy. Sometimes it's just because you've not engaged them with your content enough for them to engage with your own content. So basically, you need to feed your audience. Before you get an audience that is excited to answer all your questions and give you suggestions, they need to know what you represent, what your personal brand represents, and you know, the radar of questions they can ask you basically. So I understand getting feedback from my audience has not been the easiest, but I've noticed that as I post on my Instagram story every day, engage my audience, they are now more open. Like when I started on Instagram initially and I put ask me a question, nobody asked me a question, and I'm not even ashamed to say that. That's because they didn't know me. It's not as if I'm more celebrity that, you know, they could just ask me anything because they know about me and all of that. So you need to probably feed your audience more, and that even starts with creating content consistently. I mean, how can you figure out what your audience wants if you have not even started creating? And I think it should not even be a question of what my audience wants, but rather what kind of audience do you want to attract? I think we've been asking the wrong questions for the longest time, and trust me, I can relate. You actually are the one that will decide the kind of audience you want to attract. You are the one who will decide your target audience, the kind of people you want to speak to. So if you even see somebody that is not your target audience following your page, what probably attracted this person to my page? And that is why your content has to tally with what you want to do in the long run and the kind of audience you want to attract, okay? So you make the rules as the content creator. Have an audience persona. There's something they call an audience persona. That is knowing the interest of your audience. What kind of interest do they have? Where do they live? Where do they go to when they want to make decisions about products to buy? What kind of content do they like to consume? You're the one that will decide that, and then start creating content in line with that audience persona so that you can attract that kind of audience, okay? So don't worry about your audience not coming around. What do they really want? Keep trying. Don't be afraid to explore, right? Don't niche down too early. Just have categories for your page. These are what I want to focus on: lifestyle, faith, education. Have categories and explore within the niche until you find what works for you and your audience. Okay, it's a long-term game, so don't be tired. The next person says, to be honest, I'm shy, and again, I'm scared of not getting good responses. Calm down. You're focusing on the wrong things. I understand. Your reasons are valid, your fears are actually valid. How about you focus on how your content can impact the people that are already watching you? How about you focus on how you're showing up consistently can create opportunities for you and open doors for you? How about you focus on the positive side? You're already focusing on the negatives when you have barely started. Focus on being consistent. Focus on the things you can control first before you now overwhelm yourself with the things that you cannot control. Okay, I made a video on how YouTube changed my life, and if you go and watch that video, you will pay attention to the fact that I kept emphasizing consistency and how, just by mentioning the fact that I've impacted people were willing to give me opportunities. So keep going, you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. Next person says, I have so little to share, I have a lot to learn, don't think I can handle social media dragging for real. So first of all, there is nobody that is truly an expert. Anybody that calls themselves an expert is still learning on the job in one way or the other. They have probably just done it long enough to understand how it works, the game and everything. But it does not mean that they know it all or have it all figured out. We are all still learning. And truth be told, no matter how little what you think you know is, there is somebody out there who does not have a clue about what you know and wants to learn from you. So don't look down on yourself. Again, focus more on how your content can impact the people that are 2 steps, 3 steps behind you, rather than what you do not have or what is missing or you not being confident in your abilities. You have to be confident. You have to be courageous because influence belongs to the bold. Okay? So yes, you have a lot to share and you really never know until you start putting yourself out there, because a lot of things that I say online, even what I'm sharing right now, seem very basic to me, right? But just by sharing it, I see a lot of people saying, oh, thank you, your video really helped me, it blessed me. And I'm like, I thought everybody knew this, but just imagine if I did not share, or I felt like, oh, every other person is doing content creation tips already. There's always something you have to offer in a unique way, and that's why you must always let your personality shine and be authentic. Don't try to be like another person. Just do it in your own way. Even if it's something that has been said before, you saying it is enough authenticity. You saying it with your words, with your own personality, gives it enough uniqueness. So please don't look down on yourself. You have a lot to offer, okay? Put yourself out there and get started. And to the second part of this, which talks about social media dragging, the truth is, except you're in a controversial niche or what you talk about is very controversial, you might not necessarily experience social media dragging at the beginning, because at the beginning you're still trying to get your audience to find you and things like that. So just don't overwhelm yourself with that, okay? And even if you eventually start talking about controversial stuff and all of that, I would say you have to get up for it. And even if you're not going to be talking about controversial stuff, it's social media. Don't let people who do not know you tell you who you are or define you, right? They don't know you. They're just watching a 30-second clip of you and they're already making their conclusions. Don't let that get to you. And thank God for the locking feature on social media platforms. Anybody that messes with you in your comment section or comments things that are negative or mean to you or hurtful, delete and block. It's that simple. And delete from your memory as well, because only the word of God defines you, okay? Next person says, laziness, fear that I will not be consistent and run out of ideas in the long run. Receive grace in Jesus' name. See, you have to see this thing as a business. I know it's a passion for you. I understand that it's probably a hobby as well, but I had to move from seeing it as just a passion and a hobby to actually seeing it and treating it like a job. Because until you do that, you may never make money from what you do. And nobody wants to venture into a business that is not profitable in the long run. Because making money from what you do would even give you the opportunity to reach a wider people and create better content for your audience. Scrap out that laziness mentality, treat it like a job, and stay consistent. That's just what I would say. I cannot motivate you beyond this. If this is not something that holds weight in your heart, there is nothing that I will say that will compel you to get started. But if genuinely you love and enjoy creating content, then my advice would be, please try to see it as a business and try to treat it as a job. The same commitment you put into your 9-to-5 job, even though you don't feel like it, you have to put it into content creation if you're going to make profit from it in the long run. And then about running out of ideas, I would advise that you consistently consume content made by creators in your niche. Even this video was an inspiration from watching YouTube videos. So consume a lot of content from creators in your niche and consume a lot of content on the platform that you create content. All right, guys, now let's get into the Q&A proper. So the first question says, why did you stop posting trending videos on your channel? I bet this person has not watched my video on I got a job and why my YouTube channel is not monetized. I think the last 2 videos I posted, I talked about this in detail. The funny thing is that I used the same place to talk about that part of the video where I was explaining why my channel is not monetized in the mistakes I made. So please go and check out that video. It's actually a vlog. The title of the video is I got a job plus why my YouTube channel is not monetized. Trust me, you're going to have a nice time watching that video, okay? But apparently the summary of everything is it was not in line with what I wanted to build my brand around. So I didn't want to be talking about other people when I wanted the focus to be on me and the message that I had to pass across to my audience. It was also limiting the reach and impact I could have on people with my personal videos. So I just had to delete those videos. But you don't have to, right? You can make those videos private if you're making a similar mistake or if you've made a similar mistake, or don't even start at all. Like, you have no business talking about people or celebrities if that is not what your entire channel or page is about. If you want to be posting personal vlogs, stick with that. Don't mix it with trending videos. And I'm not saying you can't jump on trends. There's a difference. When you jump on trends, you're still showing your personality. You're just probably using the audio that's trending or a sound that is trending. But to say that you now want to use another person's content to gain traffic to your channel, guess what? You will gain the traffic, but you will not have an online community. You will not have that audience that knows and trusts you. So, and you don't want that, except that's just what you want your entire content to be about. But as for me, that's not where my content direction was headed, so I had to scrap that. Okay. Next question says, what filming equipment do you use to create content and how can I get them? I love this question so much. So basically, I'll show you guys on the screen what I'm using to film right now. So this is what my filming setup looks like at the moment, but it differs depending on where I'm shooting the video or the environment, the location at the time. Because I'm doing it at the office and I cannot do my major setup, I just have to come with my small portable light, and I inserted it into my power bank, and basically my filming equipment are lights. I also have an LED light at home, my brother does actually. Then I have this lapel microphone, as you can see. I have my iPhone 11 Pro, you can use that as well. But I did not start with an iPhone, so don't pressurize yourself, okay? Start with what you have. This was what I started with, my Samsung A13. So use the back camera, even the front camera is not all that bad, to be honest. So just basically start with what you have and grow from there. Also, I have linked all my filming equipment in the description of this video. Now note that those links are affiliate links, so by virtue of you clicking on them and purchasing products from that link, I will get a commission at no additional cost to you. So if you want to support me in any way, please use my affiliate links whenever you want to purchase stuff, particularly the ones I have recommended and linked in the description of my videos. Thank you. So everything that I used to film, from my light to my phone to the microphone I use to even my backdrop, everything is linked in the description of this video. So please be sure to check it out, okay? Thank you. The next question says, what are some things that people need to know about YouTube and usually take for granted? I would say getting subscribers is not everything. Yeah. If you started YouTube in 2009, 2010, when YouTube recently started, trust me, if you were gathering subscribers, you were on the game, like you were a big deal. But in 2024, newsflash, having subscribers is not everything you need to succeed on YouTube. It's even the very least. Okay, maybe not the least, but it's not the most important thing, right? So rather than chasing after subscribers, focus more on creating valuable content and getting YouTube to recommend your videos to the right audience and them finding you. So the most important thing is you being found by the right audience, first of all. That is them getting to see your video. That is YouTube getting to recommend your video to the right audience. Now, secondly, getting them to click on that video by virtue of the thumbnail and the title. And thirdly, getting them to watch for a long period. That's your watch hours, and that's what will eventually help you get monetized. But that's something people don't know. They just focus on subscribers and get their whole family members to subscribe. Newsflash, even if people subscribe, it's not a guarantee that they watch your videos. And I've seen people make the mistake of, they haven't posted a single video on their channel and they are sharing their YouTube channel link to everybody on their contact list. You don't do that. Post at least 5 videos first, so that when people come to your channel, by virtue of the link you send to them, they can decide whether they're interested in your content or not and whether to subscribe or not. Because If you don't subscribe to a particular channel but you keep watching their videos every now and then, YouTube will keep showing their videos to you even though you're not subscribed. Whereas you can be subscribed to a particular channel, but if you don't watch their videos up to like 3-4 times, YouTube will stop showing you their videos, except your notification bell is turned on and you get notified whenever they post a video and you can decide to check out the videos or not. So that's why your thumbnails and your titles are very important, and the first 30 seconds of your videos. So there's something we call the hook. If you notice, when you click on my videos, you don't hear me say hello guys at the beginning. I have put maybe the middle part of the video, the end part of the video. I have found a way to creatively put it together at the beginning so that you are hooked to watch till the end. That's how it works. So you can implement that for your videos in your blog. You can say something from the end to the beginning. It may be a question that sparks their curiosity and things like that, so that they just watch or read to the end, as the case may be. So yeah, subscribers are not the most important thing in 2024. Next question says, what advice would you give to someone who wants to start YouTube or content creation in general? I would say, please have monetization as part of your plan. Don't just start because of the money, but please have it in mind to make money from it. If you've been listening, of course, you will notice that I've been emphasizing money, money, money. It is not because I'm materialistic per se. It is because I've been here and done that. I've been here for 3 years, and I can tell you for sure, if you don't have a monetization plan in place before you start content creation of any sort, you will end up doing it for 6 years without making a dime from it. So have it in mind that you want to create content that will attract brands, content that brands will want to sponsor, and content that you can monetize in the long run. So you don't go and be posting randomly and posting, even if you're in the faith-based niche. I'm saying this particularly for Christian influencers or Christian creators. The fact that you're posting about Jesus and your faith and sharing your life with people does not mean you cannot be strategic about it to ensure that you make money from what you do in the long run. And there's nothing wrong with that. God desires that we prosper. I recommend that you have at least one niche that is highly profitable. For example, if you want to be a faith-based YouTuber, a Christian YouTuber like me, you can also incorporate it with beauty or skincare, right? Something that is highly profitable, or gaming or lifestyle. Just find a way around it to ensure that in the long run, you gain visibility and you make profit from what you do. Don't just focus on one aspect and keep doing what is not working all over and over again. Just apply wisdom, okay? And do your research as well. So the light just went out. We're ending the video shortly. Next question says, how do you balance content creation with your 9-to-5 job? Priorities, like I said, you need to treat it as a job. If you do not see it as a priority, you will not make time for it. So you might want to start by shifting your mindset from seeing it as just a hobby to a business, a full-time job, okay? So that's just basically what helps me, and every other thing falls in place. Just the same way I wake up every day to show up for my job, that's the same way I know that I have to show up every week for you guys, okay? And for myself as well. So just prioritizing it, that's it. Then, would you be hosting a content creation class soon? Yes, I will, but it will be more in line with YouTube because that is where I'm most familiar with. However, if you want to become a content creator on other social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok, you can still register for the class because I'll be teaching on some things that would help you for content creation generally. So to get started, click the link in the description of this video to sign up and join my waitlist for my content creation class, so that you'll be the first to know when my class is live or when registration opens for the class. I will be messaging you guys via email, so you definitely want to join my waitlist, okay? And the last question says, how can I get started as a content creator? I would say use what you have and go from there. Set up that camera and get started. Like, actually set up that camera and start speaking. Press record. Nothing happens until you post that video. Nothing changes until you post that content, okay? So just start and then keep learning and improving your content as time goes on. And then check out my previous video, the one before this one, on how to become a content creator. I shared a lot of things that you definitely want to pay attention to. Thank you guys so much for watching. As you can see, they already took the light, but that did not stop me from completing this video, okay? So that's your sign to actually get started. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!